Is he the coolest, though?
Yoshi is the coolest. He's just the cutest. Look at his big nose. It's so cute.
Yeah.
And Seth even puts the big nose on his tag. The smiley face with the...
He does, and hopefully he can put that nose to good use and spike ZeRo down. That's really what he's going to be needing to do, I think. At least once or twice to maybe take this set.
It is an uphill battle here for Yoshi. Yoshi wants to get so much work done with some of these like air dodge feints into quick moves. Things like short hop, air dodge, up air, or just falling air dodge, neutral air. Very quick things, but ZeRo can just disrespect that if he has a banana in hand.
Yeah, meanwhile, Diddy Kong fix. That'll take the first stock, and that is a very rough start there for Seth.
Diddy Kong things and ZeRo.
We went over all the Yoshi options, and unfortunately, none of them have happened yet.
Yeah, this is how Diddy Kong plays the matchup. He just gets to do his thing pretty much uncontested. It's so hard when you have a move like that forward air. You see it just coming straight through the forward air of Yoshi. Yoshi's forward air has quite a bit of startup time, even though it is a little bit safe on shield. It's just so hard to get it started when Diddy Kong can just challenge it immediately.
Plus, Yoshi is heavy enough, and you've seen ZeRo do this a couple of times in this set. It wasn't until Seth got to 70 that it missed. Down tilt into down smash was just confirming on him on the ledge. It happened in the first stock, it happened in the second stock, and just at any percent up to 70, it's going to hit Yoshi, and that's really brutal.
This is a hard spot to be in here for Seth, but he will get the egg lay down. Looking to get a reset out of the egg lay. Not going to find it. Finally getting some significant-ish damage, but it might be a little too late here. 105% already. A crooked number for ZeRo, looking to finish off a 2-stock.
Yeah, this is already looking pretty brutal for Seth. As you said before, the matchup is kind of difficult. Yoshi can kind of do very little against Diddy Kong's arsenal of aerial disaster for everything that Yoshi is.
And, yep, that's going to be ZeRo cleaning up. Putting a little bit of extra juice on that up smash, too, just making sure it was charged enough to kill the heavy-set Yoshi off the top. And, you know, Seth does have a Olimar.
I do know that Seth has an Olimar.
And he's been working on this specifically for this matchup. So we'll see how it plays out here on Final Destination, of all places.
Yeah, the Chicago scene knows a real lot about Olimar Diddy that you wouldn't expect from the days of Green Beast versus JJ being an every-week occurrence.
Well, yeah, that's the old guard knows that matchup pretty well. I used to commentate that matchup quite a bit with people like Sage, people like all the other old commentators going back long ago. Yep, Warren giving me a quick little wave. Used to commentate with him. This used to be one of the stories of Chicago Smash 4, but now it's being told in a little bit of a different scenario here at this 130-man weekly between the best player in the world and an up-and-coming player in Chicago, but he's going to get juggled a bit here by ZeRo.
Yeah, this is an interesting one, because other than Dex, we don't really have an Olimar main that really frequents any of the events, and unfortunately, that has been a little bit difficult for, as far as, you know, matchup history goes. We'll have to see how well Seth knows the Diddy matchup, because he hasn't busted out Olimar in bracket in quite some time.
This is, oh, and that's a tough spot here for Seth. He tried to fade away, but ZeRo was all over that Olimar movement. Not fooled at all. And ZeRo clearly knows the Olimar matchup.
Yes, he does. I know that the Buzz has a backup Olimar, so I imagine that at some point in time they've played. And, you know, ZeRo being the best player in the world, he's going to know the majority of matchups because he's just going to get practicing pretty much whenever he wants against whoever he wants. That's one of the perks, so to speak.
And this Olimar matchup here...
Feels like Olimar can't do anything.
Olimar can do stuff if he can stay grounded. That's the problem, is that Seth is just naturally an aerial-born player, and you see him going for like a short hop air dodge right there. That's a kind of a Yoshi habit bleeding over into this Olimar play. Olimar just needs to stay grounded and combat Diddy Kong with smash attacks, spaced very well. And ZeRo's just breaking through that wall so effectively at the moment.
Yeah, Seth being fairly unable to land pretty much the entirety of this game, and he shouldn't have to land the number of times that he has. As you said, he's been short-hopping quite a bit. His down smash there is going to take the set. Yep, Seth's doing what he can, trying to bust out the secondary, make something happen, but ZeRo and his Diddy Kong just proving too much.
Yep, that's all she wrote here for Seth's winner's bracket life. Fortunately, he made it this far off the back of some good set wins, and he'll have a chance in losers. But yeah, the Olimar, I think it'll get there eventually. But like I said, there's some Yoshi habits you got to work out. There's some just fundamental playstyle things that aren't quite there yet that I'd like to see.